Sirius 197, XM 202, The Virus. The Ron and Fez show starts right now. It's the best and worst of the decade with Ron and Fez. The Scandals Edition.
Hey, it is the Ron and Fez show. Happy holidays. Fucking holidays. And we're doing wrapping up the decade shows here every day, making sure you get new, fresh show, even though we're on vacation. And why do we do this, Fez?
Because we love the listeners.
Love. It's absolutely love. And it's the kind of love George Washington had for his country. It's the kind of love a father has for his baby girl. You look over, and it's nothing but love. Every hour we've been talking about something different. That was the best of the decades, the best and worst of. And this hour, it's time to talk about the scandals. The scandals of the decade. And there's nothing like that. It's always fun to have scandals. Fezzi, what was your favorite scandal of this decade?
I think my favorite scandal of the decade was the wardrobe malfunction at Super Bowl 38.
Why was that your favorite scandal out of all of them?
I think because it kept getting bigger, even though nobody saw
her nipple?
No, her nipple didn't keep getting bigger. Of course, it was Janet Jackson, where Justin Timberlake and her are performing at the halftime show, and there's supposed to be some tearaway piece of clothing, and people thought that a complete breast was exposed. And it turned out, I guess it was the nipple with some sort of plate across it.
Kind of a buzzsaw.
Yeah, kind of some sort of breast jewelry.
Buzzsaw titty. Well, the interesting thing there is it did blow up, and it was scandal, and it was a raging fire, and two people were involved. The woman whose breast was exposed and the man who exposed that breast. The fire burned down the career of the woman with the breast and never once even singed the person who exposed her. Why, Dave?
Because we're a slightly sexist society. And maybe even take out the word slightly. We just don't like women. We think we do because we put them in beer commercials and whatnot. But we don't really like them.
Let's go over to Hicks. Hicks, why?
We do hate women in the country. And it's like it was a exposed titty. That's what they're going to focus on, not the guy doing it.
Not the person who did it, but the guy. Fezzi.
Mm-hmm.
Jump in like the other fellas did.
It happened that way because Justin Timberlake went on hands and knees and apologized for everything.
I don't remember that, but...
And Janet Jackson, I don't believe, went ahead and apologized.
I'm going to obviously disagree with that one because that never works for anybody. But, Dave, your point was half right. I'm going to give you half. Because we are a sexist country, but we're also still racist country. And this is the worst thing that American society could imagine, and that's a black breast. A black breast brought this society to its knees. David Mack, what was your favorite scandal?
My favorite scandal was the Jim McGreevey scandal because every little detail that developed got more and more fun. At first, he's resigning. He was the governor of New Jersey, and he's resigning. Then we find, there's some rumors that he was unfaithful to his wife. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so he's unfaithful to his wife. Then we find out, he was sucking another, man's penis, and that's why. And he's been a homosexual this entire time. Then we find out that he put one of his gay lovers in the office, in a high office in New Jersey. And it got more seedier and seedier until McGreevey he's looked on as such a piece of scum. I just love that scandal to death.
And he is the modern-day Harvey Milk. I mean, his career was way bigger than Harvey Milk's. And
he was
this is how he handles it.
And someone from New Jersey, he was a very promising politician. I mean,
Sure.
This was a young guy. He was in shape, well, they all stay in shape and are thin and whatnot now, we know. But he always looked like, this could be a guy who could be maybe not president, but a high-ranking cabinet member of, some future Democratic president. And it was ridiculous. And I also have selfish reasons. 2 months before the scandal happened, I got a picture and shook my hands with
Where's that picture?
With Governor McGreevey. My mom has it somewhere.
Why don't we get that picture and have it posted on the internet as two gays meet at a rest stop?
Maybe I won't show you that picture then.
Let's get a little heat for you.
Maybe I'll keep that picture hidden. So,
Chris Stanley, what was your scandal?
My favorite scandal of the last decade was Lisa Nowak, that crazy astronaut that went cross-country
I forgot that one.
in diapers trying to kidnap the fucking girlfriend of another astronaut who she was just friends with and I guess infatuated with.
That was great stuff all the way around. Really, really, really fun stuff. Let's go over some of the scandals. Give us a hit or miss on how everybody feels about it. How about the John and Kate +8? They went from this reality show that apparently all the women loved until John wants to go out and bang chicks on the side and leave the 8.
They were so bizarre, the change that they went through, almost like a cartoon, like Fred Flintstone going to Hollywood and getting a swollen head. They were just amazing throughout the years they were on.
I say miss. I didn't like them. I still don't like them. Maybe it's because they're TLC stars. Just don't have respect for that channel. Don't like its programming. Was rejected by the Baby Story people myself, so I don't like them.
This is what's always funny about the 15 minutes of fame and the just shelf life of a scandal. The Paris Hilton sex tape, and then when she went off to jail, had the country completely excited. Now, here we are in 2009. I'm fairly sure Paris Hilton could walk through a mall today and it wouldn't be any big deal.
Yeah, that's
so
absolutely
something
true.
that you could have easily said was the big story, was the big scandal story, is forgotten. And we could say the same thing about Dave's McGreevey. This guy, Lord knows, he could be on a bicycle path and people wouldn't know him.
Yeah.
It just happens in this type of deal. It's the whole point of the 15 minutes of fame that Andy Warhol supposedly wished on the country. Rihanna and Chris Brown, where Chris Brown smacked Rihanna, big at the time. The Phil Spector murder trial. Martha Stewart's trial and going to jail, gigantic for a while.
That was gigantic and just followed completely through where they were talking about what kind of sweater she was wearing the day she finally got out of prison.
Yeah. That was one that kind of went under my radar, the Martha Stewart thing. I knew that she...
It was a women's thing. It was a women's thing.
Women's thing, yeah.
Well, women love her. I mean, it's not like she has a lot of male followers. Here's one already forgotten about, and so is this person's career. Winona Ryder's shoplifting was very, very big for a while.
That's where she just seemed like she was a complete nut.
But the interesting thing is, now that you take the step back, she's not a complete nut. Even if she did lift something, she's not as insane as they ever let on.
But at the same time, she really hasn't... You know, what movies has she done? I know she made a cameo in Star Trek.
Most women's careers dry up.
Right.
Most women's careers dry up in their mid to late 30s. Gigantic star, huge story, and that's Mel Gibson's anti-Semitic breakdown.
That was fun.
It was a lot of fun for a couple of big reasons. Number one, it's caught on tape. Number two, he's anti-Jew in a town where the Jews do pretty well.
Killing the Jews.
Yeah, and it had nothing to... And he was yelling at the police, but about the Jews.
Right.
So it had nothing to do with a DUI or the LAPD. He just all of a sudden vented against Jewish people.
And then the great thing is they went around and talked to... I mean, after this happened, it was